Hello everyone. So in the previous lesson we have discussed how floating point representation and how floating point numbers will be added and subtracted with the help of the flowchart. Now in this session we will discuss how multiplication can be done with respect to floating point numbers. Okay. So as far as the multiplication is concerned, we have two numbers x and y. If we want to find the product, simply multiply the significant and then add the exponent. So this is going to be the simple step. Now we will just see the flowchart here. In the multiplication, if one of the operand we are checking for zeros, as usual we have four phases. Okay, check for zero, and then here check for zero, x is equal to zero. We are checking for one operand zero. If any of the two operands, if any one of the operand is zero, obviously the answer will be zero in the multiplication. So x is equal to x into y. Okay, sorry, z is equal to x into y. So if x is 0 or y is 0, the answer will be 0. So I am taking x is equal to 0, then we will set z as 0. If y is 0, then also answer is 0. So if we will just check for the zeros for the two operands, and if they are not 0, then we will just proceed with the normal multiplication in this flow. Okay. Now that nothing to do with the significant, because we are not going to adjust the significant. So simply we are going to find the product of the significance, and see here we have to add the two exponents. Okay, so we will just add the exponent, and at this point we have to keep one important point in mind. So you all know x is going to be represented with, okay, significant xx, okay, into base, then exponent e. Of course the exponent e is expected to be a positive exponent. If it is negative, it will be converted into positive. For that purpose, what we would have done, we will be adding some bias. Okay, we will be adding the bias. So we will be having xc plus b. And now what is the second operand? Y, which is nothing but the significant ys into base b power ye, and this also will have one bias added. Now we are just finding the product x star y. We are doing x star y, which is equal to, we will just find the product of the two significants xx and ys. And what will be the significant, what will be the exponent here? So base power, we just have xc plus b, okay, plus ye plus b. So this is going to be the exponent. Now if we observe here, the answer should be only xe and ye. When I add, I should get only xe and ye, plus one bias is okay. But here what happens, we have two bias. Okay, so because the individual operands are already biased, the final result will contain two times bias. So I have to cancel one bias here. So for that purpose, we are just going to subtract the bias. If I subtract bias, what will be the answer here? Base xe plus ye, and instead of having 2b, you will be having only 1b. So in order to adjust the exponent with one bias, we are just simply we are just simply subtracting the bias. So here after adding the exponent, the bias will become 2b, 2 bias, twice the bias will be added. So I cancel one bias, only then it will be the correct answer. Okay, and whenever we add the exponents, there is a possibility for exponent overflow. Okay, if it is overflow, then I will say report overflow. And if I am adding the negative exponents, there is a possibility for adding for getting underflow also. So if it is overflow, then you will report error, and if it is underflow also, you will report error. If it is not overflow or if it is not underflow, then you will get the proper value. Then only we are just trying to find the product of the significant. Here only we multiply the significance. After multiplying the significance, you will get some result, then you try to normalize the result. Okay, after normalization, if they ask you to round the number to some 2 digit or 3 digit, accordingly we will be rounded, and then we will be returning. So this algorithm is going to proceed in this manner. The first phase will be checking for zeros. If any one of the operand is 0, you will set the result to be 0. Then you simply add the exponent. 2 times the bias will be added. To cancel one bias, we subtract it. And whenever we are adding the exponents, there is a possibility for overflow or underflow. We are checking both the cases, and if it is not overflow or underflow, simply then go with the multiplication of the significance, then normalize the result and then round it. I think the same thing they have worked out with an example here. So if you just see the example, we have the number 0.3 into 0.2. Okay, so the x is 0.3 into 10 power 2, y is 0.2 into 10 power 3. So you will be multiplying both the numbers. Okay, significant alone will be multiplied. So 3 into 2, 6. Okay, and we have here 1 point, here 1 point. So 2 points. So you have to keep the point after two decimal digits. So the answer will be 0.06. Okay, and then coming to the exponent here, what will be having? 10 power 2 plus 3. Okay, so 10 power 2 plus 3, it is going to be 10 power 5. So 10 power 5. So this is the normal calculation, manual calculation. If it is going to be done in the computer systems, we all know the bias will be added for 2 and also bias will be added for 3. So those 2 bias will be subtracted. Now for manual representation, we have just simply made it like this. So this is going to be the answer. So what is the final answer here? 0, 6. Then we have 5 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 2 digits to be placed. Okay. So the point will be placed after 2 digits. Okay. Now this is going to be the answer, 6,000. So that's the answer we have got. So this explains you how multiplication is going to be done. Now we will just see how floating point division will be carried out. This flowchart explains how the division process is going to be carried out for floating point numbers. Maybe we will just see the example, and before that we will just see what happens during the division. I have to divide x by y, so the significance will be divided, and we have to find the difference of the two exponents. So the difference of the two exponents will be obtained here, xc minus ye. Okay. Now here I think when we just take these two numbers x by y, so we will be having the significant portion of x and significant portion of y, they will be divided. And coming to the exponent part, so we are just going to subtract xc minus ye. Now already we know that xc will be represented with one bias, okay, xc plus b, and then ye also will be represented with one bias, which is nothing but ye plus b. So when we represent the numbers, we know that exponents will be biased. Now if we subtract this, what will happen? You will be getting the answer as xc minus oe, and then this plus b and minus b will be cancelled out, and so there is no bias for this value. So the bias also will be cancelled. In case of multiplication, the bias will be added two times, you will be getting 2b. So 2b should be changed to 1b, so we subtract one bias. Whereas in the case of division, we are subtracting, so the bias of one operand will be cancelling out other bias, other operand bias. So anyhow, the result exponent should also be biased, so we have to add one bias extra. Because it gets cancelled during subtraction, I have to add one bias. So this is going to be an important step to be included in the division process. Now we will just see the flow chart. Here I am trying to divide x by y. Suppose for example, if this x is going to be 0, if I try to divide 0 by any number, the answer will be 0. So if x is 0, I will just declare that z is 0. And in case of y is 0, if the denominator is 0, then it is going to be infinity. Dividing any number by 0 will end up in infinity, so z will be infinity. So in the case of multiplication, if one of the operand is 0, the final answer will be 0. But in case of division, if numerator is 0, the answer will be 0. But if the denominator is 0, the quotient will be infinity. So we have to set the value of z either as 0 or infinity based on the value of x and y. If none of the operand is 0, then obviously we will come to this step, you will be subtracting the exponent. When you subtract the exponent, as I told, one bias will be there with xc and another bias will be there with ye. These bias also will be subtracted, so b minus b, it will be cancelled out. So in order to compensate this, anyhow we all know the floating point numbers have to be represented only in the biased form, so I add a bias. Okay, so a bias is going to be added. So that's what we mean by having plus b. And whenever we subtract the exponents, there is a possibility that they can end up in overflow or underflow. So I will just check whether the exponent is overflowing or underflowing. So if it is overflowing, I will report overflow. If it is underflowing, I will report underflow. Otherwise I will proceed dividing the significant. So the significance too will be divided, and after dividing the significant, it has to be normalized, so we will try to normalize the result. And if they ask you to round the value, then we will also give the rounded information. After rounding the value, you will be giving the result will be returned. Now we will just see the example here, how it is going to be worked out with this division process. So in the example, we are just going to divide two numbers. Okay, so we have x is 0.3, so 0.3 into 0.3 into 10 power 2 is one of the operand. Okay, that has to be divided by zero point 0.2 into 10 power 3. Okay, so what we are trying to do, we are not going to adjust the exponent, simply you have 0.3, divide the significant by 0.2, they are not 0, so you will be coming to this step, you will be dividing. So when you divide 0.3 by 0.2, the answer will be 1.5. Okay, now coming to the exponent part. So here exponent has to be subtracted. So it is going to be 2 minus 3. So it is going to be 10 power minus 1. And here you don't get confused with the bias. When we are doing manual operation, there is no concept of bias. Only if it is internally represented in the computer's arithmetic logic unit, we will think about this normalization and we will think about the biased exponent. Now here the exponent will be subtracted. So 2 minus 3, it will become minus 1. So the answer is 1.5 into 10 power minus 1. What will be the actual answer? 1.5 into 10 power minus 1 is nothing but 1.5 divided by 10. So negative power, it will be brought to the denominator as a positive one. So 1.5 by 10. So what will be the answer? I will be having 1.5. Already the point is there. So now you have to fix the point to the left because we divide by 10. So the answer will be 0.15. So this completes the discussion of floating point division. So far we have seen how floating points numbers are going to be represented, and as far as the floating point numbers are concerned, we have to be clear with two concepts. One is called as normalization and another one is called as biasing the exponent. Okay, why we do normalization? Normalization is done in order to remove that extra one. So we always ensure that there is a one non-zero digit to the left of the point, and this number is not going to be internally stored, and thereby we are able to process the numbers more than the range which is available for the storage. And if the result is going to be 0, that 0 cannot be normalized in any case. So that's all with respect to normalization. Coming to the exponent part, so we have provision only to store the sign of the significant. We don't have any bit reserved for storing the sign of the exponent. So we never want the exponent to be negative. We have to always keep the exponent as positive. In case if negative exponents are there, that has to be converted to positive. So uniformly we are going to add the bias value with an exponent so that we ensure that the exponent is always positive. And when we add bias, the bias has to be adjusted when getting the answer. So when we are doing addition and subtraction, we are simply making the exponents equal and then add the significance, and whatever is the exponent of any operand, that will be given as an exponent for the answer. In case of multiplication and division, we are trying to add the exponents or subtract the exponents, and when we do addition of the exponents or subtraction of the exponents, the bias is going to be altered, either as it gets doubled or it gets nullified. So accordingly, for multiplication, the bias is going to be doubled. So we remove one bias. In case of division, the bias are going to be cancelled. So we add one bias. So that completes the discussion of the floating point operations. We have completed addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Thank you.